Good evening, Rebels. Happy weekend, happy Friday. I really this evening, it feels like the end of a week because I'm just noticing that I look slightly more bedraggled, and the moon seems to have appeared in the corner with me as well. So we'll work with that. The weekend is finally here. Have a great weekend. I'm sure you've got lots of great things planned. Hopefully not too much chasing your tail over the weekend with maybe kids drop off parties, that type of things, and clubs. Tonight, I wanted to talk very briefly about, and being honest about it, feelings that come up for us about not feeling good enough. We are probably always in a constant sort of state. Are we ever in a constant state of exuberant confidence? No. Or do we have those up and down moments when we're thinking, are we good enough? And when we're in that corporate lifestyle, that's the feeling that I often felt. 9 times out of 10, am I good enough in this world? And the answer was, and the answer is now, in what I'm doing differently, is yes, I am a good enough. And I feel good enough in a world where the business that I'm doing, the business I'm running, it does fill me with motivation, passion, and it fills my heart and soul with joy. So when you feel good enough, you're in a space where you're doing something that you really want to do. And you know what? I never really felt that in corporate world. So if you are in this transition from corporate world to something different, how do you keep your mojo alive in the meantime? And I wanted to share some things with you that I do. And actually, if you've read the article that I posted recently as well, I brought some of those ideas out from that article, so they really worked for me. So have a listen, have a think about them, and give them a whirl. The first one that I want to talk about was gratitude, gratitude, and gratitude. So when you're living in that state of gratitude and appreciation for all the blessings in your life, you're sending a clear signal to the universe that you've everything that you desire. And this in turn will attract more of the desires in your life, because the world is a reflection of you. So instead of putting, if you like, your happiness on hold whilst in corporate world until you can create the life that you want, try and learn to feel good and appreciate your life now. So, make a list of things that kind of bring you joy. For me, sometimes it's sort of dancing around the living room. It could be yoga. It could be getting out in the fresh air. It could be cooking. It could be reading. And schedule them into your week. Make that time for self-care. And that happiness is a way of living and thinking, not a destination somewhere that you've got to get to. The other thing is about mindfulness, about living in the present, and not thinking backwards, being in the present and looking forward as well. If you, or if we, and we all do it, constantly sort of reliving the past or worrying about the future, we are literally missing out on what's going on for us now and experiencing, if you like, that beauty, the blessings, and what's going on around us. So touch base with the present moment by noticing sights, sounds, and smells around you, that being mindful, that meditation, every day. There are plenty of apps out there, apps aplenty, that you can listen to, whether it's Calm, Insights Timer, Headspace, to name just a few. And then a big hell yes to achievements, however small. So not getting focused on that big dream in the future, but also remembering to take note of all the wonderful things that are currently happening for you, however small. So celebrate those daily wins as you are making that transition from corporate world to something new. So don't lose sight of the things, of the small things that are right under your nose. And sometimes we need to be reminded about that. And again, affirmations, and using those affirmations with feeling. Yes, it's those affirmations again that we need to tell ourselves and remind ourselves of. They are powerful ways to reprogram our subconscious mind and to attract what we truly desire. So, sit down, write down some really empowering beliefs for you that you want to have, such as, I am enough, I am good enough, I am powerful, I am loved, I'm financially secure, the list goes on, I am inspired, I am complete, I'm good enough just as I am. And make sure that you really feel them as you say them. You know, the feeling as you're saying them is the secret ingredient. So some things to think about today, some real simple things around gratitude, living in the present, making sure that we celebrate those achievements and small steps and things that are under our nose, and keeping those affirmations going when sometimes we might slip into the am I good enough mentality. That's it for me for now. Actually, the moon seems to be getting bigger. I'm noticing on this Facebook Live this evening, but it's a really lovely, lovely evening. It's been very warm today in Kent as well, I think about 18 degrees. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to go and go out in this beautiful sunshine and take the dog for a walk, and then a glass of wine will be very much on the agenda for me this evening. Have a great evening, a great weekend, and tune back in. Monday, I'll be back at 8 o'clock on Monday, and over the weekend, I'll share what I'm going to be sharing with you next week. Have a great weekend, and bye for now.